What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Name existed forever, means victory, helper. Whole name means protector, shortened it by 2 letters. Without the IR at the end, the reincarnated Gil Scott living in the again. The World Cup in Moscow with a blonde who's my total multi-mogul, so fly out the walk in any spot, every be soaking from a time when was stronger. Today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My name existed forever before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming I was shocked them like real product. Creep with baddies in sequence, dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something.
What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. Ready to get this game started? Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First carry now, this is Bashal Tutin. Good start to this one for him. Their first offensive snap picks up 9.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest, and runs like that gets the ball rolling.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. They send a man in motion. And first carry here for Ashton Jeanty. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? That's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Let's go.
Hall. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Second and 3 now. Jeanty from the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, really break the backs of a defense.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Hand off to Tootin. He's got it in the red zone. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it.
Here we go, set. Back to 60, back to 60. Let's go.
Well, go again here with Tootin. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on first down. More to come.
Still lined up at the 6. Here's second and goal. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. On the move, headed right. He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away. But for a great opening drive, this is where you can run into that speed bump. We see it all the time. Getting down near the end zone and trying to find your way in.
Yep, operated so well and efficiently, but when you get into the scoring zone, the red zone, that's when the pressure ramps up.
Shotgun now on third down. Getting out to his left. And it's incomplete on third and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be. All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Great. Set. Yes. 73.
Back-to-back carries here. We'll couple together a yard there. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
Great. Set. 63. 180. And silver.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. This gets forward a little, not a ton, to the 35. Travis Hunter making that play.
And there's heat. That blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
On third down, it's Hurts. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up fourth down. And, partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of their biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right, and I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
Trying on 4th down, here's Hurts. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Wow, what a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down. They pull off the conversion. 1st and 10 now from the 46. It's Hurts once again. Buying some time right. He's running with it. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Buys time, rolling right. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball, it's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Trayvon Diggs has got it. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Hall now. That's complete to the back at Vincenzi. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A pickup of 17. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Tootin gets it from the gun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Hall setting to throw. Finds his running back. This is Bashir Tootin. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Running back sent in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Into traffic, complete. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
It's now 4th down and 1.
They're going to try to throw for it. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he strides quickly, headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Easy, 63, bad.
From the pistol, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. 3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. Hits the 20. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Eagles take a second-quarter lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they could score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Inside give here for Tootin. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
First and 10 now from the 46. And off to Jency. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Hall looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and less
They'll throw for it. He's got his man. Thomas has it. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Shotgun give here to Jency. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Now Hall. Finds him on the crossing route. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Hall. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take a 2nd quarter lead. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return coming from the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They go play fake with Hurts. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
We've set it downs from the 37. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Kevin Winston in on that tackle.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Hurts now from the gun. Headed out right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that 1st down. He has to pick up a 14 yards as the chains reset.
And the Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They go play action. Here's Hurts. Connecting on the slant. And they get this down to the 28. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. A nice gain and a 1st down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
Now, tight ends, these guys, about the only position that can make that look routine, fending off a couple defenders, and it's really why, Kate, they're such valuable commodities.
Running in the red zone. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Good. Set. Don't touch him.
They give it to him again. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Throwing his Hall. Has him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. On the give, it's Tootin. He's going to bring this down to their 35. Goes to the hurry-up offense here.
13 yards on the play. That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Last run got him 9, so now they need 1 more here on 2nd down.
Let's go.
Hall. It's a screen play to Genty. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. That's good for a Jacksonville first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
From the red zone on 1st. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Hall. He's Genty underneath. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
79. Warriors, 17. 60
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Catch made. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get some late points and the lead. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Little Tex on the extra point. And the Jaguars push their lead to 3.
14.
set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On first down, Hurts. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down.
Hey, 73.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completed to his running back. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down throwing for Hurts. Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Hurts looking to throw. Throwing deep here for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid, let him run.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, because this one goes for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. The check down goes to Tootin. Get some space around midfield. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
At their own 19-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Miami.
Back to throw, Hurts. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Hunter. And the Jaguars take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go hit the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
At the 14-yard line.
Hey, Silver.
From the pistol, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing here, Hurts. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. He's got a gain of 6 there. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's cold at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, break out the first down. That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive, putting it in practice right here. Don't see it throw you like it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10.
63.
Trying to throw this from the gun. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. They fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Hey, 73. Like a Hornet.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes out to the left. From the pocket, he's taking a shot down the left. Oh, brother, hits another interception. Trayvon Merrick has it. And they're going to drop him to end the return, but this turnover isn't going to stand. We've got flags at the spot right where he picked it off. So the interception's going to be remembered by the fans here, partner, but not by the official score. The interference call takes that away. Working inside the red zone. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. And this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. Hall setting a throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled with a first down yardage. Offense in a hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Throwing his Hall. Use him on the quick hitter. This is going to be a gain of 4 following that penalty. Make it 2nd and 11.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Throwing it again here. Caught by his back. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. They'll motion him out of the backfield. They're going to throw for it on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on 4th, and they pick up the first down, too.
A gain of 14. First down, Jacksonville.
Now Hall. Here's a deep shot towards the end zone. And call on. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Starting quarterback run here. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. They broke out the design run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right, an extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line.
At the 21-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Hurts now from the gun. Caught by the open man. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. Give him 38 on that one. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack draws him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch. And you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Completed left side to Smith. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Forced out to his right. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
54-yard attempt.
Got all of it, and this is good. And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Genty on the draw. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting a run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. To throw, here's Hall. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
I got to believe, Kate, his first pick of the game directly led to that one. Remember, what worked to generate that first turnover, playing things the same way, and this time, well, it wasn't just a pick. It was a pick 6.
Looking to tack on 2 more. The Eagles and Hurts to the line.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
63.
Back now, pressure coming. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Kevin Winston with the INT. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick 6. But they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline to get out there to defend the 2-point play. They did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Back to the air following that pick 6. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles getting back on his 6th interception of the season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of you. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
It's a nice run in there, gets him 8. Third down coming up.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
McPherson's kick is good. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Those 3 points make a comeback that much more difficult now. 2 touchdowns got to be scored. And that 2-point conversion, that's a job really well done.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Jaguars first down. It's a gain of 17.
Hall sends this to the end zone. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Extra point try coming. This would importantly make it a one-score game.
His kick is good. Makes the score Eagles 40, Jaguars 32.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. This return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. He's going to be stopped right around the 37. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, the casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits him on the out route. The stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 from the 43. Plowing up the middle. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up. Shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. Offense to the line. 2nd down. Another carry for it. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be 3rd down. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. He's back to throw. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
All right, one more snap here before our 2-minute warning. It's a handoff to 2, running right. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards. And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Hall now. And for one of the few times this game, Brock, the target his way does not connect. It's incomplete. And they've got to figure things out on third down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Now to throw. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. We've set it downs from 37.
Gain of 22 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
He'll look to throw it. Brought in by his back here. It's Shenseea. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Putting a receiver in motion. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, Jacksonville.
The time is there, but the timeouts are not. You've got to be smart. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
2nd and 3 now. To throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up 3rd down.
Okay, I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it and nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Throwing now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
He's going to throw it again. Complete over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line.
Second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Hall setting the throw. Completed left side to Thomas. He's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Thomas Jr. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Eagles into the nickel, 3rd down coming. So without a timeout to call, this winds up as a delay. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. It's 3rd and 5 for him after the penalty.
Let's go now. Set me ready.
To throw. And the defender's there to knock this away. That effort means it's 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Hands are tied. Gotta have it on this 4th down. Here he is to throw. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.